Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to share today. I love the NIHR, and in particular, Joint Dementia Research, one of your, what I feel, great initiatives. 3 years ago, I got diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease. And I got here today through a bit of a convoluted route. But basically, when I got the diagnosis, I had two questions. Well, I had many questions. The first one was, how long have I got before I need help, support and care? And I was told 18 months to 2 years. Well, somebody got that one wrong, because that was 3 years ago. My second question was, what research is there I can get involved in? And I was seeing a neurologist, and he just looked at me, shrugged his shoulders and said, I don't know. That wasn't particularly inspiring. So I went off, did my own searching, and as a result of that, I joined the Alzheimer's Society's research network as a volunteer. That led on to many, many things, one of which was I found out about Joint Dementia Research. Liked the sound of it, investigated it further, got involved, and they kindly asked me to become a champion for them, which I was delighted to do. And I'll come back to JDR in a little bit. And I also became a participant in several clinical, research projects. When I got diagnosed, or shortly after I got diagnosed, I was asked for 3 words to sum up how I was feeling. The first, fear. I was scared. It's not a nice diagnosis to receive. I felt despair. I felt helpless. Didn't know what to do. But you still have that little tinge of hope, because if you haven't got the hope, what have you got? But I didn't know where that was going to come from, what was going to help me, where I was going to go next. Anyway, where I did go next was, as a result of Joint Dementia Research, most of the projects you see up there, I found out about, or they found about me, through Joint Dementia Research. So I've got a lot to thank Joint Dementia Research for. And just to prove I actually have done something, there I am going into the scanner. Now, I have to include her because she does so much for me. She sends you the message that she sent to 80 government health ministers at the World Health Organization Summit last year in Geneva, including Jeremy Hunt. He was there. So, as she says, please try and find a cure to help both of us so we can carry on with our happy lives. So please keep going, keep striving, keep trying. Briefly, I just give you a few points as to why I enjoy being involved in research. It's so interesting, and the brain itself is such a fascinating subject. I'm very well looked after, and I do feel, sorry NHS, but I actually get a lot better care and a lot better understanding of my disease and the progression of it as a result of the trials I'm involved in, mainly because they're doing a load of tests I can't get on the NHS, so it's great. It gives me a purpose, gives me a value. I also have such a much better understanding of the trajectory of the disease in myself, and that's something I'm always looking out for, because I want to know if I'm getting worse, whether I need to start really worrying, what I need to do next. And who knows, just maybe I'm going to be one of the lucky ones who is on that clinical trial that finds the drug that's going to help us. So for the NIHR, just a few of my own personal thoughts, and I am fairly ignorant, so forgive me if they aren't appropriate or applicable, but do stay innovative, do keep striving. So I think, for example, Joint Dementia Research, I was shocked when I found out how long it takes to recruit patients to a trial. Patients with a terminal illness or a chronic disease, we just don't have time. I don't want researchers wasting their skills and their talents and their time trying to get patients involved. So I don't know how many of you have signed up for Joint Dementia Research, because you don't have to have dementia to sign up. If you haven't, may I respectfully suggest you Google it and do it. You've got nothing to lose, and potentially we all have a lot to gain. On the public and patient involvement, Sally has already mentioned that. I'm so pleased to see the public and patients being put at the heart of research. I can't believe that all researchers are extremely polite or politically correct when they say that patients add value. I believe when they say it, they mean it. I also believe selfishly, that we do add value. So please keep using us, because we enjoy it. I have a personal view that the needs of society actually outweigh the need of the individual. And as a result of that, I was glad to see about the data sharing and the big data, but I still think so much more needs to be done. And I feel if I use NHS services, I don't think it's wrong that the NHS and researchers in return get access to my data. Checks and balances, yes. Minimise the bureaucracy, make it appropriate to the level of risk. Now, I suspect I've already rambled on too long, so if anybody wants to know about nettles, ask me afterwards. But it's to do with me falling into a bed of nettles when I was out walking my dog, and what I think it's doing to my brain as a result of the stings. But I'm sure I'm running over, so I'm not going to dwell on that. But it's my own little bit of research, and I'm monitoring it. Maybe I'll get invited back to tell you all about it. So, those 3 words, today they've changed, and they've changed as a result of what you, the NIHR, are doing. And my fear has now dropped down to, I'm concerned, I'm no longer scared. My despair, I actually have now quite a lot of personal happiness, and I'm content with my life. But that doesn't mean I want to maintain the status quo, and I'm not accepting the status quo. We still have to move forward. And I see what's happening with research, and it gives me great hope, great hope. And actually, my greatest hope is that at your 20th celebration, I'm still on this planet, and I still have the capacity to understand that 10 years on, you found something to help people like me with dementia. So, NIHR, that is why I love you. Congratulations on your 10 years. Thank you very much.